He sold $50,000 worth of used books. And in this video, we're going to go over 3 strategies that Andrew uses to find used books to sell on Amazon. Welcome to the channel, brother. And let's dive into it.
Let's do it.
How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Great. Full day of sourcing here already and ready to roll.
All right. Hit us with these strategies. I know you're doing some, what I like to call going upstream. You're not just taking the books that are on the thrift store or library shelves. Everybody knows they can go to thrift stores, libraries, scan books. But what you're doing is you're taking it to the next level, getting the books before they get on the shelves. So,
yeah, sure. I mean, started out doing Goodwills and thrifts, still do. Still great value in there. But at some point, it's, you kind of plateau in a way there. You're driving around getting, it's time and luck. So your sourcing only gets to be, it kind of gets limited. So trying to find other ways to get sources, trying to get a little creative with how can I go beyond cherry picking limitations. 50,000 in a year is great. First year, I'm pretty happy with it, but I'd love to scale that up. So a few different places is just searching, just looking online and asking people when I see them, sending out messages. Like if somebody looks like they have a good source, just shoot them a message right away. Hey, I see you're posting. You might explain to me what your situation is, what your operation's like. I'm interested to buy. Probably send out 5 to 10 messages between, before you get one back that you want to pull the trigger on. And sometimes you send out messages and then you meet somebody who you didn't realize had a source, and then it just happens. So I use Marketplace a lot. People online, all the forums, if they are posting, kind of reading what they're posting, seeing what they have going on. I could break down a couple sources I have at least away right now. So I'll check Marketplace a lot. I mean, Facebook Marketplace is a good place. I used to find, like when I was doing cherry picking, especially around textbook season, or before, like when school gets out, asking people looking for law books, any school books. One great source I've got now is I was looking on Marketplace, saw the books posted. I think this lady posted about 2 or 3 books, asking $15 for them. I pull them up on Scout IQ, put in the ISBN, should be a quick $70 profit. Send her a message. We make a deal to meet. All sounds good. I go over to her place, walk in. All of a sudden I walk in and it's an office space. She's got a few employees there. She's just got shelves of textbooks. And I'm like a kid in a candy store thinking like, okay, what's going on here? Like, what do you got? Turns out she's like a middle person between schools who mostly high schools and like homeschools. So she's been in business for like 20 years. She gets the books from the publishers or directly from them, all brand new. But when schools change up their curriculum, like say a high school, she has the inventory that can no longer be sold to them. And so she's left with all these books that for her business doesn't make sense to keep anymore. And I asked her, what are you doing with all these books? And she responded with taking them to half-price books, like where you get pennies on the dollar. So, I mean, she's not only having to take her time to go bring these books over there, she's not getting anything for them. And I mean, it made sense for me to even buy them for $5 a pop, and saving her the time. So,
do you know how much you're going to make on those $5 books that you're paying for?
Yeah, I mean, on the first batch, I think I took about 80 textbooks. So I paid about $400. But after getting them home and scanning them quicker, I mean, they're probably going to take anywhere from, I still have a good chunk of that sitting for this like July and August, and a lot of them are selling now. I mean, sales value should easily be over about $2,500.
Heck yeah.
For those 80. So $400, $2,500 sales value. You can do the math. It's well worth it. Actually, just sent her a message before we got on. She's going to look at her inventory on Monday and shoot me a message back with what she has. So
yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
So that's a replenishable source. You have basically an exclusive source because nobody else can just walk into her house like you did, whereas a thrift store's going to be great on Monday. But then when they're restocking the shelves, whatever, like you're the first one there, it's great. But if 3-4 more people find out when they restock and they're there at the same time, all of a sudden it's a fifth of what it was.
It's gone. And I'll go to the same Goodwill 5 times in a row and find the same book sitting there for a month. You just walk in, you look at the shelf, and you turn around. You don't even have to scan. You just know nothing's there. Sure, you'll walk in the 6th time and you look and it's fresh, and maybe you'll leave with 20 to 30 books, but that's 5 trips to that same Goodwill, 5 different days you're going to that Goodwill, hoping to get lucky. So
exactly. So strategy number 1, we got Facebook Marketplace, build relationships there, get exclusive access to the books before they get donated to Half Price Books. What's strategy number 2?
Strategy number 2, so this goes in relation to kind of cherry picking and wanting to go beyond that. So starting to look for bulk purchases, mini bulk, and any way you can get quantity quick.
I like that word, mini bulk. I've never heard it.
Yeah, mini bulk. I mean, I'll call it mini bulk now because I don't want to sit here and say I'm doing bulk.
Yeah.
But, sure, I'll say I'm easing into mini bulk, and then let's try and grow, but hopefully on a consistent basis. So one recent person who I reached out to, I won't go into like too much detail about him specifically. We just met. Really nice guy. I expanded my marketplace to 500 miles. I think that's as far as you can go. And just started searching bulk Gaylord. Found a pretty generic posting for Gaylords. I'm not sure if it was advertised for resellers or not. I was going through so many shooting messages, but got a response back. And I mean, long story short, we worked out a deal, and that day, whatever he sent me, what his deal was, looked pretty good. I could just tell from the messages back and forth, he was a pretty trustworthy guy. He was being very transparent. And we just made a deal the other day to meet, where he brought me a whole 8 boxes of books. All of them are meant for FBA. They're already basically, the sales value is pretty preset. Pretty high sales value for the percentage I'm paying. So a lot of room for profit in there. I don't have to go drive around to 10 Goodwills. I mean, the amount of books I got from him would probably take me at least 2 weeks of sourcing every day, including some luck. And I'm also working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So that'd be every day after work, going to the Goodwill outlets at 8 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, going to a library sales if they happen. I mean, it would just be a lot of work. I mean, I probably would spend $300 to $400 on those books anyway, if I'm lucky to find them. Now they're packaged up, ready to go. So this could potentially be a long-term relationship. That's what I'm hoping. Everything's checking out so far. So that's another strategy. And I think the overall message is just talk to people. Like, just get yourself out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just send a message. If something looks like it has potential, just send them a message and see what they're working with. And then don't be afraid to pull the trigger on something. You're going to have to take a risk at some point. If you want to go beyond just cherry picking, no one's ever going to guarantee you a return on your money. You can only get so far with that. So take a little bit of risk, search, and pull the trigger when you have the funds and when you think you're ready.
Heck yeah. What about strategy number 3?
So strategy number 3 is something I think is pretty exciting. Basically sitting at home, looking online. So heavily looking at like Keepa, doing online arbitrage. Basically, let's do some Amazon to Amazon flips, eBay to Amazon flips. Just using your resources at home, using your computer and getting there. So got to give a shout out to Joji and Victor here with BookMine. That turned me on to the OA world of book flips. Another thing that just makes sense. There's, 100 million books out there on Amazon. There's going to be undervalued books that you're going to be able to purchase at one point at a very low price for whatever reason. And just, if you know how to read Keepa, if you can just basically read Keepa graphs and read charts and get an understanding of that, you can reasonably predict that this book is way undervalued right now. Purchase it and flip it for a better time, either seasonal or just a one-off book that's really low for some reason and is going to be profitable later. So BookMine's a great resource for that. Great software, but also just utilizing Keepa. I mean, going into Keepa deals, setting your metrics, whatever sales rank you want. Is it in the last month, in the last week, the last day? What sort of percentage drop are you looking for? What sort of price drop are you looking for? Refreshing it a ton during the day and just looking. I mean, I probably found just as many books on Keepa deals as I think I did on BookMine. Probably purchased about 200 or so in 6 weeks. A lot of them for this upcoming season, July and August for textbook season, but already selling through, I'd say about 20% of the books I purchased online have already sold.
Heck yeah.
For profit. Some of them not as high as the profit I wanted, but for a profit. I don't think I've sold.
Like kind of what your average buy cost is and what your average sales price is
For OA?
Yeah.
So average buy cost for OA is about $30. Average sale right now is about 75.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So pretty good margin there. I mean, I've purchased books anywhere from $4 that I'm flipping for 20. I've purchased $100 books I'm flipping for like 180, 190. And a few crazy ones out there that are, you know, you sell it for 120, you go back at your buy cost and it's $10. You're like, where the heck did that come from? You know? But they're out there, you know, just reading Keepa is key. But that saves you a ton of time. That's a way to scale because you're not getting in your car, driving around and hoping to get lucky. I mean, there's still a little bit of luck involved with Keepa deals. Sure, they got to be out there, but it's a predictable source of you know, profitable inventory.
Heck yeah. And I'll link a video below. Me and Joji shot one actually that kind of goes step by step how to do online book arbitrage. But what tips would you have for people? And are there any communities that you're a part of that have helped you, you know, learn this faster?
Yeah, a ton. I mean, I think at the end of the day for online arbitrage, you have to understand Keepa. So I would say get used to that. I mean, as far as communities, yeah, I'm in all the Facebook groups. I mean, book flipper community. I'm in Victor's seasonal arbitrage book. I am in the BookMine Facebook group as well. I think you have to have a paid subscription to be in there. Any of the Facebook groups, but what you can do is, I mean, post a Keepa graph. If you're thinking about a purchase or you see a book that you don't want about, post a Keepa chart and just see what people say.
Yeah, and just don't be afraid to be an idiot. Like even to this day, sometimes I'll do that. You know, I'm supposed to be this guru online teaching people everything, but every once in a while I'm like, wait a second, like, is this too good to be true?
I mean, there's plenty of books. There's a handful of books I bought online, and I'll go back and look at the Keepa chart and be like, what was I thinking? Like, I was really hoping to get lucky because there was a 3 or 4 week period a month ago where the sales price shot up, and you're thinking, I'm going to get that. You know, it doesn't always work out. So really just, I mean, Keepa is huge. You got to be able to understand like trends and look how to read it. I would just say maybe if you're out there and you purchase some books like at a thrift store, go and scan them on Keepa, go to your computer, look at the chart and see, you know, reference Scout IQ. What was Scout IQ or Scoutly saying? Why was it saying accept? And go look, you know, and just try to learn that way.
Heck yeah. Where can people find you? You got any social media?
Don't have too many social media, but I mean, I'm all over all the.
You're in the Facebook groups.
Yeah, I mean, I like to respond anytime someone.
You're in Austin, Texas. If people want to go through and grab a coffee.
In Austin, Texas, it's great place for books so far. Decent amount of competition, but there's plenty of room. But yeah, you'll see me online. All the Facebook groups. I respond to people. I post questions in there as well. So hopefully I'm polite and helping out. But you know, just my insight.
We appreciate you, man. Keep wanting to call you Spencer because that's your email. But thanks, Andrew. And real quick, guys, this is made possible by the fastest listing software on the planet, GoToLister. Here's a little bit about how to get your books out the door faster. Attention, Amazon FBA booksellers. I used to hate listing books on Amazon because of how long it took. But GoToLister has fixed that. GoToLister allows me to scan, label, and ship 100 plus books per hour. It's the fastest listing software that exists for Amazon sellers. Listing fast allows me to spend more time finding profitable inventory rather than listing all day. One of the best things about GoToLister is our intelligent pricing feature that automatically prices your faster selling items at higher prices. Click the link below to give GoToLister a free trial for 14 days. We got Andrew here who used GoToLister. We save him a bunch of time. Do you like it?
Oh yeah, there's no going back, man. I was using AcceleraList before, and when I tried out GoToLister, I'm like, all right, let's cancel AcceleraList. I mean,
heck yeah. Are you using the box content feature?
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time box content.
Are you trying to list over 200 books at once?
I am now. Now I have enough inventory where I can do that.
Are you seeing no splits when you do that?
Well, this will be the first batch I have going 200 plus. I'll probably have close to like 300 this time around.
Okay. Heck yeah. I've heard that if you list 190 books, there's no splits. They all go to one location. So you can select Amazon optimized splits, which means Amazon's not going to charge you placement fees. And then you still get to have your cake and eat it too, because they all go to one fulfillment center. So hopefully that works for you. Thanks for coming on the channel, brother.
Yeah. We'll see you.